Hello there everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm gonna show you top 10 anime where main character is a transfer student. Before that, if you enjoy my top 10s then, subscribe to the channel and like the video. Your support and feedback means a lot to me. So, let's begin. In 10th place we have Hatena Illusion. Ever since watching a magic show held by him and his wife maid, Makoto Shiranui has always admired Mamoru Hoshisato, a world-class magician, as well as friend of his parents, and came to Tokyo to become his apprentice. Hatena is the couple's daughter and his childhood friend. As the hustle and bustle activities in Tokyo catches Makoto off guard, such as burglaries by a beautiful thief, he depends on Hatena's comforting side. When he came to Hoshisato's now haunted mansion, to reunite with his childhood friend, he is greeted by the family's butler and maid, Jeeves and Emma along with Hatena, only to discover that they are not as compatible anymore. It's a underrated anime, or you can say unappreciated. It has comedy, romance and some cool moments. If you want to watch anime without a serious storyline but fun to watch, then it may be your pick. In 9th place we have Hayate the Combat Butler. Abandoned by his parents and given a monumentally large debt as a Christmas present, 16-year-old Ayasaki Hayate is at the lowest point of his life. Desperately trying to change his fate, he decides to kidnap someone to hold for a ransom. Due to an ill choice of words, the girl he tries to kidnap misunderstands the action as a confession of love. His plan is totally crushed when he gives his real name out. Realizing his wrongdoing, Hayate proceeds to rescue the girl from the Yakuza, who had instead kidnapped her. The girl, as a token of thanks, offers Hayate a job as her butler. Hayate, overwhelmed by her kindness, vows to protect her even at the cost of his life. I really like the anime. It has good comedy, harem and some romance. It's a bit slow-paced but, it keeps you engaged and entertained throughout the series. In number 8 we have The Color of Lovers. When boys suddenly get into places where they've never been allowed before, some girls tend to get upset. So when the decision is made to merge the elite Uihime Girls Private Academy and the coeducational Kagamadai Private Academy, everyone wants to take extra care in avoiding trouble while bringing the two privates together. Therefore, rather than just bringing the Kagamadai boys into the Uihime Girls School all at once, a plan is concocted in which a group of test males will be inserted into the Girls Private Academy first. Thus, poor young Shingo finds himself being thrown as a sacrificial lamb to the lionesses of Uihime, who aren't exactly waiting for him with open arms. This is a good anime with harem and some romance elements. It shows us how our main protagonists work hard to become friends and acknowledged by the girls. In 7th place we have Blade Dance of the Elementors. The story takes place at Araishia Spirit Academy. The daughters of nobility are assembled to take elite classes and become spirit elementalists. A boy named Kamito happened to be peeping on a student named Claire while she was taking a bath, and he accidentally makes a contract with a spirit instead of Claire. Now, Kamito has become something once thought impossible in this world, a male spirit elementalist. It's a good anime with harem, romance and some comedy. It also has mystery about our characters' past and problems. In starting of the anime it might be difficult to understand, so at least watch 4 episodes. Then you will start to understand the story better. In 6th place we have Ladies vs. Butlers. Hino Akiharu lost his parents when he was small and was adopted into his uncle's family. He didn't want to be a burden on his uncle's family and decides to enter a free boarding school as a butler, Hakuryu High School. However, his delinquent boy-like appearance frightens the girls, who make up the majority of the students. Unable to get along with the classmates, until he meets his childhood crush Saiko Tomomi and the blondie-haired girl whose first encounter with him wasn't very good. This is a very good anime. With some romance, harem and comedy elements. It shows us how our loner main character starts to build trust and becomes friends with his classmates. In 5th place we have Hagenon. Hasagawa Kodaka has transferred schools, and he's having a hard time making friends. It doesn't help that his blonde hair tends to make people think he's a delinquent. One day, he runs into his bad-tempered solitary classmate Yuzora while she's talking animatedly to her imaginary friend Tomo. Realizing that neither of them have any actual friends, they decide that the best way to alter this situation is to form a club and start recruiting. That is how Rinjin-U, the Neighbors Club, was formed, a club specifically designed for people who don't have very many friends. As other lonely classmates slowly join their little club, they'll try to learn how to build friendships through cooking together, playing games, and other group activities. It's an awesome anime. It has good storyline, plot twists and some cool moments. If you haven't seen this anime already, I would recommend you to check it out. In fourth place, we have undefeated Bahamut Chronicle. Lux, a former prince of an empire named Arcadia that was overthrown via a rebellion 5 years earlier. Lux accidentally trespasses in a female dormitory's bathing area, sees the kingdom's new princess Lyshart naked, and incurs her wrath. Lyshart then challenges Lux to a drag ride duel. Drag rides are ancient armored mechanical weapons that have been excavated from ruins all around the world. Lux used to be called the strongest Drag Knight, but now he's known as the undefeated weakest Drag Knight because he will absolutely not attack in battle. After his duel with Lyshart, Lux ends up attending the female-only academy that trains royals to be Drag Knights. It's a really good anime. It has a decent storyline, with romance, harem and epic fights.
本当のあなたはとても強引な人だわ。そんな、とても好きよ。え？足りなかった？そんなこと。じゃあ、もう少しだけ。
In third place we have Princess Lover. Arima Teppei is a second-year high school student, who lost both of his parents in a traffic accident, on their way home from a family trip. His grandfather, Arima Ishin, happens to wield the puppet strings in Japan's vast economy and demands that Teppei becomes his successor as the head of the Arima group. To prepare for his debut into high society, Teppei enrolls in an elite academy for the scions of the rich and powerful. It's an unappreciated anime. It shows us how our main character adjusts in high society, meets new people and becomes friends with them, over many problems.
お姫様、
覚えていてくれたのね。
忘れるわけないだろう。
あの時は本当にありがとう。助かったわ。
いや、俺
嬉しい。
うわ、ちょっと。
In second place we have, The Fruit of Risaya. This story goes when, Yuji Kazami, our badass main character, enrolls at Mahama Academy. On the surface, a closed learning environment established to nurture students who find themselves at odds with the world. Mahama Academy is at present home to 5 female students, all with their own reasons for enrollment. For better or worse, each girl has own problems. And our main character tries to solve their problem. It's a too good not to watch anime. It has action, harem, romance and psychological elements. In first place we have Food Wars. I am sure you might have heard the name of Food Wars. Yukihiro Isuma's whose dream is to become a full-time chef in his father's restaurant and surpass his father's cooking skill. But just as Yukihiro graduates from middle school, his father, Yukihiro Juichiro, closes down the restaurant to cook in Europe. Although downtrodden, Suma's fighting spirit is rekindled by a challenge from Juichiro, which is to survive in an elite cooking school where only 10% of the students graduate. There is only one word that will be the definition of the anime. Masterpiece. If you haven't watched this, maybe now is the time to give it a go. With this, our top 10 list is complete. If you like the video, then subscribe the channel, and click the notification bell, for more top 10s. Thanks for watching.